Hey, what's up? I'm driving back to REI to return my Yakima Bedrock bed bars. They didn't really work out for a number of reasons, mostly because, yes, they're sitting directly over the bed, but they're very much kind of too low to use. I thought that having bars over the bed would be perfect to set the rooftop tent on and kind of have it sit below the air line coming off the cab and all of that, and all of that stuff's been great. But the things that I didn't foresee was not being able to use all of the windows of my tent. The one nearest to the cab I could never open fully. So in any case, I hooked up with CBI, and they are sending me over some Overland bars, which sit about 6 inches or so, I think, above the bed. Raises the rooftop tent a bit. It's going to make it still in line with the cab roof, you know, maybe a tiny bit higher, but nothing that's really going to cause any extra drag. It's also going to give me a bunch of extra access to the bed, because one of the things I noticed, I had 5 people in my truck the other day, and we were camping, and so I had my gear, all of their gear. Basically the truck bed was completely full of stuff because you know, we were going on a camping trip out at Orcas Island. There was no storage in the cab. We still even had stuff like a sleeping bag on someone's lap in the cab. So I mean, we just had a lot of gear because we were hiking, fishing, camping, you know, all that stuff. And so in any case, we couldn't really access anything under the rooftop tent. I mean, we had an area that was about this big that we were able to kind of grab our stuff out of, and or stuff into the bed. And you know, I was like, yeah, this is kind of silly. You know, everything essentially has to come out of the tailgate area. We can't you know, we can't like pack this all that well. So that's something else that I didn't see beyond not being able to use my window on my rooftop tent. So yeah, these CBI Overland bars, I did a bunch of research, you know, I was looking around. I saw some of the racks that some of the Overland guys were using. But these CBI bars, I mean, for the price, they're actually about $100 less for the complete setup than the Yakima rack. So I mean, the Yakima rack, I think, for the bases and the bars, came out to like $550 or, you know, almost $600 for the whole setup, if I'm remembering correctly, after tax. And these CBI bars retail for $399, you know, plus tax and shipping and whatnot, and you're still, you know, you're still $50 to $100 less than the Yakima setup. And I think it's a more sturdy setup. The Yakima is all components that kind of lock together or held together by bolts, whereas the CBI unit that I ordered is all welded. It does have some points where the bolts are holding it together, but for the most part, all of the points that are going to have a lot of stress are completely welded, and they're all made in America, welded here in America. Nothing's sourced out from China, you know, as far as work and craftsmanship goes. So in any case, I'm stoked to get that going. The Yakima Bedrock rack, I think would be good for bikes, for whatever reason. If you didn't want them in the bed of your truck, and you want them raised up a little bit, they'd be good for that. Yeah, other than that, rooftop tent, I mean, if it's just a couple of people and you're not really using the bed for a whole lot, then you know, then it would be good for that. But Yakima's Outpost HD setup, I think, would be the closest thing to this CBI setup that I'm getting. But when I priced that thing out, I mean, it was like $1,000, and it doesn't have anywhere near the versatility that the CBI unit that I'm getting is. The CBI Overland bars that are coming in the mail should show up in the next couple days. They have like a bike rack that you can put on the side of them. They have all kinds of attachments for max tracks, for mounting tools, shovels, axes, all that kind of stuff on the side. So that way you don't have to throw them in the bed of your truck, and they're kind of just available at the ready. I just think it's a much better solution than Yakima's or Thule's solution is. So in any case, I'm going to do an install and review of those. I guess we'll call this a review of the Bedrock HD setup. It's, yeah, overall used it for a couple of months, you know, maybe a month and some change. Good quality. The installation was super easy. There was nothing really much to do there. When the clamps were clamping down on the bed rail like they're supposed to, this factory bed rail, it kind of pulled the bed rail up, which I didn't really like, because I mean, these are composite beds. You're not really metal on metal. You're kind of metal on plastic for the most part, and I didn't like the fact that it was kind of like torquing those bed rails up in a way. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I think they're good if you need just a couple of bars over your bed, but still, even then, at the price point that they're offered at, I mean, it seems like a bit much. It seems like you can go to a fabricator for a couple $100 and just get some bars that, you know, you can clamp on with some C-clamps or something to your bed. Yeah, so in any case, you know, I'm going to do a video about the CBI Overland bar install. I'm going to give a review of them after I use it a couple of times, see how it goes there. I think they're going to be my long-term solution. I think that's going to be the way to go for what I want to do, which essentially is have my rooftop tent over the bed of my truck, have some accessibility into my bed, still be able to use the bed, and not have a whole lot of drag from the rooftop tent, and also have a quality product that's made in the US. As far as I know, the Yakima ones, I'm pretty sure that everything's made in China and boxed up in China and manufactured there. So I'll have to double check that, but yeah. So for the most part, yeah, I'm stoked to be getting them. Stoked to be getting the CBI Overland bars, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching, and you know, if you have any questions, or you know, want any specific things answered about the Yakima bars, do so in the comments. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification button. It really does help. And so if you found this useful, definitely subscribe, be notified when the stuff goes live, and yeah, and I'll see you in the next video.